What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video, you and I are going to create a sketch illustration of the Indian Spider-Man, better known as Pavitr Prabhakar from the Spider-Verse. Let's begin today's lesson by adding a guideline coming down the center of our page. Now this is going to help us with the symmetry of our drawing. So we're going to start at the very top. Just going to lightly work our way down towards the bottom of our page. Now let's move to the center and draw another line going across from left to right. Now we don't want to go too dark because we'll eventually want to erase this out. Now I'm going to use these two lines to help us create a circle in the center of our page. From the middle, let's go all the way up to the top. And mark off the top of our circle. Let's take this same distance from the center and do the same thing along the bottom. So mark off the bottom of our circle. Let's repeat that same process across this horizontal line. So taking this distance from the center over towards the left, and then again doing that same thing on the right. Now to create our circle, all we need to do is connect each of these center points with a curve. Let's start with the top left. Just going to work our way around. Now this circle doesn't have to be perfect at this stage, so we just want to use this as a guideline. We just want to get the right size and placement on our page. Now we're going to add another guideline coming down from the side of our circle. Let's start with the left and right side. Let's go to the bottom of our circle and add another guideline going across. Let's create a gap in between the eyes. So from the center of our circle, step over towards the left, a straight line coming down, and I'll take that same distance on the right side. Now from here, we start adding those layers to the eyes, starting with the inside. Starting from the bottom of our circle, just going to angle this up and out towards the center line, and then we'll do the same thing on the right. From the outside of our circle, let's angle this down and then in. So right about there. Now line up this point over on the right, angle up and out. Now I want to find the halfway point along this curve. So right here, it's going to angle this up and out towards the side of our circle with a straight line. And then line that up on the right. Then come down and then in towards the bottom, towards the inside of the eye. Now we start to add those layers around the eyes. Let's connect the outside of our circle to this point with a slight curve. In, and then down, bend this around, and then down towards the inside corner of the eye. And this is for that black trim. Now we also have that line going around the eyes, so just going to darken that up. Now I want to give a slight bend to these lines going around the eye. So from the tip, it's going to bend this in and then down. And then round up the top, just dipping that down. And in and then down towards the inside corner of the eyes. Let's do the same thing on the right. Just giving that a slight bend. And then I'm going to go back and just darken up that outside trim. Have to get too detailed with this. I'm just going to rough this in. I'll come back and just refine this later on. Now there's 3 more layers going up above the eyes. So we're going to start from the outside. Just going to bend this in, and down, curve this in, and then down towards the inside corner of the eyes. Darken that up. I'm going to add that same trim along the bottom. So I'm dipping this down lower underneath the eye and then curving that in towards the bottom. Let's add 2 more layers along the top. We go up, and then this down. I just want to match that up over on the right side. Then we'll add 1 more layer. Up toward the top, and then bending that down. Let's add that diamond shape around the center of our circle. We're going to step up, just going to bend this down and out toward the left and right, bend this in and then down. Now let's add some shape to the lower half of the head. From the outside of our circle, it's going to angle this down and then in towards that bottom line. And then in the center, it's going to move all the way down, just mark off the chin with a straight line. Let's go back up to the jaw. We're going to curve the head, coming down and then in towards that bottom line, leaving a gap in the center. Now from the outside of our circle, let's step up and add a curve. We're going to go up in the middle, go across, and then down. Now I'm going to go back and roughen that webbing texture across the bottom of the mask. I start in between the eyes, come down underneath the eye, and then pull that up towards the side of the head. In the center, let's angle this down and out toward the left side of the chin, on the right. Let's go back up to the center, curve this down, and then out. Now there's a swoosh on the side of the mask. Let's start from the jaw, come down, and hook that up on the inside. And then from here, curve this down lower, and back up towards the side of the head. Now I add some guides for the webs going across the mask. Let's start from the top, bend this up and down, step down. We'll do this a few more times, going down towards the chin. We'll go up along the side. Just line this up, go up and out. From the jaw, we're going to step in, draw two straight lines coming down the side of the neck. And then from the top of the neck, let's step down to slope the shoulders, coming down and out. Now I'm going to draw the top edge of the headband. From the side, let's step up, curve this up a little bit higher in the middle, and then taper that down towards the right. Now let's add some basic shape to the hair. From the center of the head, let's step over towards the left. Let's going to curve this up, and bend this down towards the eye, and add a curl, just going out. Just overlapping the eye. Let's move over, curve this out and then down, and across on top of the eye, bend that out towards the jaw. Let's curl this back around and in, and then bend that back out to create a curl. Let's go back up to the top and add some volume to the hair. Just going to bend this around, and around at the top, come down, and we want to add some layers. Stepping back, around, in, and bend that out. Now from here, it's going to curve this down and then in, just to create the volume for the hair. Now I'm going to go back and draw on the left side, starting up here, bend this up, and then down, curl this back up, towards the side, bend this down and then in towards the side of the head. Now that we have the rough sketch in place, let's go back and erase some of these guidelines, including the face in behind the hair. And now that we have our clean sketch in place, we can go back and refine the shape of the hair. Let's start from the top. I'm going to add a little bit more wave, going around. Just going to raise this up a little bit higher, and bring that down, adding some more layers. Just going to add the tip of the hair on the side and some curls. Just working with that guideline. Just going to add some curls going around and back in. Just adding some points in random directions. Let's go back to the bottom. Curl this back up. Add another point going up towards the side of the head. Now let's go over towards the left side. Just adding some straight hairs, some points. Working my way back in. Let's add a little bit of texture along the inside. Now let's go and add some contrast and more detail to the left eye. Just going to refine those edges. Also darkening up that trim. Going around the eye. And just smoothing this out. Just tighten up those lines going around the eyes. Let's add a medium shade to that center section. And then a slightly lighter shade along the inside, using the side edge of our pencil. I'm also going to add some folds across the edge of the headband. So going over towards the hair on the right. So adding some folds going across. Now let's refine the shape of the jawline, coming in towards the chin. And go back with the side edge of my pencil and add some texture to the hair. So starting from the seam, just working our way over towards the right. Just giving a slight bend on the end. Darken out that inside. And then we'll add those curls going across the head. Now to protect our drawing from smudging, I'm just going to use a separate piece of paper underneath my hand. We'll go back and just trace out the right eye. And again, just balancing out those details. I'm just going to use the tip of my pencil to refine that texture inside the hair. And the hair is going to cast a shadow on top of the head, just underneath. Just going to darken that up and then blend that out. I'm going to add a light even shade to the inside of the head, going around that white trim, also that diamond in the center of the forehead. Just work our way down towards the bottom of the mask. We also want to go around that detail on the side of the cheek. Now we're going to darken up that webbing across the face, also leaving a gap in between. So we'll start by tracing out the contour first, and then darkening up the inside. Now we're going to darken up those webs in between. I'm going to add a dark shadow underneath the head, just shift it over towards the right side. This is the shadow cast from the head on top of the neck. So you want to darken up the top and just blend that down. I just want to soften up the edge of the hair, some stray hairs going around. Now, as we get closer to the end of our drawing, we'll tighten up our shadows and add a little bit more detail. And always be sure to sign our artwork. And there we have it. There's a sketch illustration of Pavitr Prabhakar. I'd love to see how your drawing turned out, so please share it with me on Instagram or by email. And if you enjoyed this lesson, you might want to check out this video over here. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.